So I want to say this before I start off with this video at all, and say that I've got an absolute pounding sore headache. Not too sure if it's like a headache or a migraine or something, but my fucking god, man, it feels like my head's about to explode. But anyway, I kind of feel like talking about something, and that is season pass culture and the relevance of it in gaming today. Because I seen a video from Jack Frags earlier talking about Battlefield 1, and it is now getting a new mode implemented into the game as the CTE program. Now, essentially what that is it's this select playlist where you're allowed to play around with the tests and the new patches that the developers are introducing into the game, but it's kind of like testing it before they actually release it to the general public so that it's not absolutely broken. Now, you may be familiar with this in Gears of War 4 or Overwatch. Overwatch also has this system, I think it's called the PTR in Overwatch, and Gears of War has it as well, called the developer playlist. Now, the developer playlist is an interesting concept, and I do agree with it fundamentally, the way it should be. But I agree with the way that Overwatch are doing it, in that it's free for anybody to opt into, or you can literally just opt into it whenever you want. In fact, another game I think also has a kind of PTR kind of game mode is League of Legends, I think, but I don't really play League too much. But anyway, Overwatch has this, and I think the way you do it with Overwatch is you can literally just opt into it, and I think that's the best way to do it. However, Battlefield 1 and Gears of War 4 are taking this developer playlist and putting it into a direction that I am not really happy with. See, the way they're doing it is they're granting it as this bonus playlist for season pass holders. Now, you see, the issue with this is if you're buying the season pass just to gain access to the developer playlist, then you're aware that the game mode that you may be opting into by spending this £40 in your season pass may be fundamentally broken. That is what the purpose of the developer playlist is, to test out the new patches and updates and find out if they're actually working the way they should be. Which basically means that you could be playing it and someday it will just completely stop working and something will go absolutely wrong with it, and something may be inherently broken with it, and it's just so they can check to see what should be added and what shouldn't be added into the game. Now, I think paying £40 to £50 to have this privilege is beyond a joke, and season pass culture is beyond a joke also, and this ties in a lot to the anti-pre-order movement that's been going on over the last couple of years. People like B Dobbins for the Win and Total Biscuit have been leading up this cause, and I really do think it is a good movement because pre-orders ultimately harm the gaming industry. We're in a generation where game shops and game stores are no longer running out of day one stocks of games. You're not going to walk into game to find out that they don't have stock of GTA 6. They will always have an abundance of copies, and plus with the fact that you can buy your games digitally nowadays, there is almost no point in buying your game before it releases. It's kinda stupid if you think about it logically. I mean, you're putting down £60 of your money on good faith that the developer will release a properly functioning game. And thanks to game releases such as Battlefield 4, people are starting to become more wary of pre-ordering games. And I think the more people that reject pre-ordering games, the better. And you see, season passes follow that exact same mindset as the pre-order. Essentially, with your season pass, they may offer you some big upfront incentive to incentivize you into buying the season pass. However, what you're doing is actually pre-ordering the DLC. And the thing that is actually insulting with season pass culture nowadays is they're putting the season pass available to purchase before the game itself even releases. Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare both had the availability to buy the season pass before the game was even released. Now you see, you're not pre-ordering just the game at that point, you're pre-ordering DLC, downloadable content, which you'll find out when you start playing the game day one that you might not even like it. Now, I'm speaking from experience here because I bought the hardened edition of Black Ops 3. I didn't pre-order it, but I did get the season pass with my copy of the game. And you see, I got my copy and I got my season pass because I wanted to play Nuketown and the Giant. So I got those two pre-order bonus maps. And see, the thing is, I didn't even enjoy Black Ops 3 until the game was over and done with. And I'm going to be honest here, I didn't really even enjoy the DLC either. In fact, I was trying to convince myself that the DLC was actually worth buying when I knew deep down inside myself that it definitely wasn't to my taste. I didn't even like the maps. I didn't even like the game all that much in the first place. And you see, that's the issue with pre-ordering your games. And that's the bigger issue with pre-ordering the season pass. Now you see, using the developer playlist and the PTR playlist as an incentive to buy the season pass is beyond a joke. You're paying more money so that you can technically have a shittier experience. Let that sink in for a moment, alright? Let that sink in. You're actually paying more money so that you can have a shittier experience with the overall game. It seems like a joke, doesn't it? Yes, it's a joke, but somehow people aren't taking it as a joke. They're actually taking it seriously. And I can tell you right now that no bonus amount of XP or credits earned in game is going to make me buy a season pass to earn access to the PTR playlist. I will definitely not be partaking in purchasing a season pass just for the special benefit of being able to play these early access game modes. I don't even think it's a good idea. Now you see, in games like Overwatch it's a good idea because you're not paying extra to access it. This is going to be hella awkward if it turns out that you do have to buy your way into the Overwatch PTR game modes, but in my opinion, it should be free. If you're a PC player, then you should be able to opt into it whenever you feel like it, and you should also be able to opt out of it whenever you feel like as well. It's a bit of a joke, the way developers are treating games and season passes these days. Like, stop treating us like we're fucking children. You know, I get that a lot of gamers are children, and quite frankly they're idiots, and they will buy into this bullshit, but the thing is, the more experienced and grown up gamers there are, you know, we're getting fed up with this bullshit. It's like gaming it lost its flavour a while ago. You know, gaming was about enjoying your passion for playing games to escape your mundane reality, and now it's like you're escaping your mundane reality of being overcharged for literally everything in life. Now you're also escaping into this digital world where you're being overcharged for literally everything in the game. And then you've also got the bigger things that are causing issues these days, such as RNG loot systems, which artificially inflate your playtimes tenfold. It's a joke. Like, I don't get it with developers nowadays. Like, when is enough money enough? Like, do you really have to keep treating the gaming industry like it's your bitch all of the time? To be honest, I've been gaming for a long time and I'm getting quite sick of this. You know, the treatment from game developers and gaming publishers is beyond a joke. And I highly recommend that you do not ever buy a season pass or buy a season pass before the game is released. You know, if you're going to buy a season pass for a game like Fallout 4 after the game is over, then you know what, that's fair enough, to be honest. Because they're getting all the DLC and that's it, you know. But the thing is, don't pre-order a season pass because you're pre-ordering the game, which you might not like. You know, you may like it or you might not, and if you don't like it, you can always trade it in. But then if you're pre-ordering the season pass, that is a redeemable code that cannot be traded in. So essentially you're paying 40 quid extra for useless content if it turns out that you don't actually like the game. And I can tell you right now, there's been a lot of games over the last couple of years that I've bought into. Didn't buy the season pass, but I did buy into them. Played it on the first day and thought, man, I am so glad I didn't dump any more money into this game. And I highly recommend that every single one of you watching this video doesn't buy into this bullshit. I recommend that you all stop doing it, because realistically, the more you stop pre-ordering games and the more you stop buying season passes early, the higher the quality of the games you're going to get, and the more developers are going to be incentivized to make the game worth pre-ordering or worth purchasing in the first place. They're going to see low pre-orders and they're going to think, holy fuck, what's wrong with our game? It must be our game. Something must be wrong with it. And they will be fucking scrambling to put more content into the game or to make the game a lot better by seeing those low pre-orders. And I assume that's kind of what Infinity Ward and Activision tried to do this year with Infinite Warfare, although God only knows, because those developers are fucking reptilians. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a long courier. I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave your opinions in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.